Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. My name is Professor Klump.
And I'm Andrew Rhodes, your usual host, sitting beside my special guest who got to the microphone before I did this week. Welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. For Saturday, June 3rd, 2017, my name's Andrew Rhodes. I'm sitting beside Professor Sherman T. Klump. Professor Klump, it is an honor to have you back.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very welcome to always having a home here.
Well, thanks, Professor. I'm glad you feel that way. Anyway, this week, we're going to be talking about the Transforming Digimon toy line is getting an anniversary upgrade. It's really something that piqued my interest this morning. I was explaining it to Professor Klump before we started, and he kind of got a good kick out of it.
Yeah, yes, I kind of did. You had some really good stories about some of those old toys.
I thought I did, too, yeah. We're also going to be discussing an Answer Man article that piqued my interest involving how anime openings and ending themes are chosen. So I kind of think that's kind of neat to know.
Yeah, so do I. It often makes you wonder how they pick these things. I know how they do it for TV shows to a point, but it's kind of interesting.
Studio Ghibli is going to be making its own park in central Japan, so you might as well just move over Disney. That's going to be fun. We're also going to be discussing an anime about a crime-solving butt. That's right, a literal ass that it's going to be solving crimes. And I mean it's an actual butt on a body. I'm not joking. I'm also going to be discussing the live-action Tokyo Ghoul that has been licensed by Funimation. And we all know my thoughts on live-action adaptations, don't we?
Yes. I believe you've made that perfectly clear. You're banned in my church now because you just got up and started screaming, "Why, God, why?"
I remember that. Your mom was starting to flip out on me, and Grandma started trying to get ready to douse me with holy water. She thought I was possessed. I remember that. I'm not welcome back there anymore, am I?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
And on top of that, Google's also come up with a neat way to celebrate Wonder Woman's 75th anniversary, not to mention her first solo film with a new game that is teaching kids how to code. And a debate topic that kind of piqued my interest a bit, and I'm going to be discussing it myself here. Professor Klump's going to have to take a side line on that one. It's a debate that usually comes up every week on a Twitter account that I follow. I'll explain when we get into it, but it's going to be interesting. So stick around for that part. But anyway, like always, you know the drill by now. A-Roads 2012 on eBay for all your weird oddity needs. Trading cards, DVDs, odd collectibles, what have you. You can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRhodes. I tweet pretty much during the week. So yeah, check me out. So, Professor, I know about how your week went.
Yes. My week was kind of interesting. I had classes, and then I went home. Then I had classes, then I went home. Then I went to the movies because I had a day off. Then I went home. Then I came here. That was my entire week.
It was pretty fun, Professor. But anyway, my week was kind of interesting. I only had to work 2 days this week, so it's kind of fun. Working tomorrow night, which will be Sunday night, I upload this on a Sunday. It's not a bad thing I have going here. I record on a Saturday night and I upload on a Sunday morning, or on a Saturday night if I have to work Sunday morning. So it's still not a bad thing I have going. But anyway, work's going pretty good. I can't really complain about it. Oh, I could, but I'm not allowed to. But yeah, I don't want to be mean or anything. But yeah, it's going nice. It's tolerable. Home life's going pretty good. Although I wish I could get my damn Roku player to work that we got my grandfather for Christmas. That thing is giving me issues lately. It's just been pissing me off. I've been having I've been having a hell of a time getting it to connect to certain channels, to play stuff without buffering every 5 seconds or less. And I've checked the internet line at least 7 times. I swear it's not the internet, but I'm still not ruling it out as a possibility. But I swear it's not the internet, because I'm able to watch YouTube videos and stuff on my laptop, on my tablet. My mom's able to watch it on the desktop and on her laptop. So I know it's not that. It just pisses me off. It's just screwing around with me. But anyways, yeah, so my week's been kind of fun and entertaining. I did start a whole new series of videos on YouTube called Andrew's Theories. My inaugural episode is detailing my theory that Pink Diamond is actually Lion in Steven Universe.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you think that Pink Diamond is Lion? Well, why is she telling the truth?
No, Professor, she's Lion, Steven's pet lion from in the show. You really got to sit down and watch that show with me, I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, we'll add it to my list of things I got to do this week. But anyway, so let's get into the podcast, Andrew. I think we've brought everybody up to speed.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Oh, I should really give a shout-out to my newest subscriber, Double X Suzuka X7XX, recently subscribed to my channel. Pleasure to have you as a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the content. But yeah, let's jump into the podcast this week, and let's talk about Digimon. Digimon. I've been playing Digimon Heroes on my tablet, and I'm finally getting the hang of this game. There is a massive learning curve with that game when you first get it. It is a major pain in the ass because you're expecting, I can just digivolve into this, this, and this. And you can digivolve into, it gives you branch digivolutions. You also have to use certain items to digivolve certain characters. So it would be, I complained about this in my review, and they did get back to me on that, and I was shocked at that, actually, because it wasn't I think I mentioned that in an earlier podcast, but it wasn't a company line sort of reply, so that kind of made me happy. But anyway, it does kind of make me happy in a way that, it's not really screwed up, but the game itself still has a massive problem. I couldn't get a Goonimon, and God knows I was trying for that. I got Wolfmon in the one egg thing, and I got it up to Beowulfmon, and I'm leveling that up now so that I can evolve it in the Magna Garurumon, which is kind of cool, but I really want Emperor Greymon. In fact, I want 2 Emperor Greymons, because I'm pretty sure I could probably get Susakumon or Susanomon by fusion evolving Emperor Greymon and Magna Garurumon. So I want 2 Emperor Greymons, because I like Emperor Greymon. I think Emperor Greymon is amazing. But it'd be really neat if that comes out in like an egg or as like a little event thing where I can try to get like a weaker, watered down version. But it was said in the one little section where the levels are, you have to be like level 30, 40, or touch that section. You have to hit all 3 of the characters pretty much right at the start. You have to have your highest Digimon with you to even do that quest, because it just knocks you out immediately. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic on this. Well, we're talking about Digimon anyway, right, Professor?
Yes, that we are. We are talking about Digimon, but we're talking about the Transforming Digimon toy line. It seems that it's going to be getting a major upgrade for the anniversary, which is still going on, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it is. So here's the thing. Back in the day, when Digimon first came out, you remember the transforming or the digivolving figures. One of my personal favorites was War Greymon, which is one of the ones that they're redoing. I adored War Greymon, the War Greymon figure, because it was a really neat War Greymon, and you got a little Agumon that you could have at the same time. So, like, if you wanted to have Agumon, you could just have it warp digivolve right into War Greymon. So you got really the best of both worlds, because Agumon was cute and cuddly, and War Greymon was a badass. So, in my opinion, you got the best of both worlds of that. Now, I had the Greymon to Metal Greymon. That was fine. I'm not a fan of it. In fact, I still got the arm yet that I'm trying to put up on eBay to get rid of. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly a fan of it, but it was cool. But either way, it's still a neat thing to have. And I'm really excited that they're redoing the line and giving it a major-ass upgrade. So here's the article that involved it. Tamashii Nation's 1999 release of the Digimon character features that Digivolves via transformation-style moving parts are getting an upgrade. The Digivolving Spirits line is debuting in November with Agumon, who digivolves into War Greymon. That's right, folks, he's coming back. The company wants to accomplish designs that couldn't be done with prior technology from the original release. These figures boast improved joints and balance and a more intricate paint job. I did see pictures of it. I should have them up on here, so don't shoot me if I forget, but they are beautiful looking. The Agumon Digivolving Spirit figure is available for pre-order for a whopping 7,020 yen or $63 American. The next Digivolving Spirits character will be Metal Garurumon. Bandai's official online shop, Bandai Premium, also revealed a special clear version of the figure this past Monday. The Digivolving Spirits and Digivice version 15th complete memory set with the special War Greymon figure Digivice and Evolution stage is limited to 3,000 units. So you know that the secondary market on that is going to be pretty high, huh, Professor?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, people will be scalping that thing on eBay for like a couple grand.
Oh, without a doubt. The set's Evolution stage lights up and plays the insert song Brave Heart. Alongside the clear War Greymon, the figure set features a similarly colored and upgraded Digivice 15th version War Greymon color toy, and the device includes the Dark Digivolution Skull Greymon and the Black Digivolution Black War Greymon. Warp Digivolution of Agumon to War Greymon is again available. So that's not bad, but here's the kicker. The set is available for pre-order for a humongously whopping 19,440 yen, which when you translate that to dollars is $175, but only until July 31st. It will ship in November. In addition, though, the premium Bandai unveiled the Digivice 15th version Metal Garurumon color toy. The device features Black Digivolution with Were Garurumon Black. Warp Digivolution of Gabumon to Metal Garurumon is again available. The toy is available for pre-order at 9,990 yen, about $90, again until July 31st, and will ship in November. Bandai has reissued its original Digital Monsters keychain toys, the Digimon Tamers Anime Digivice, and the D-Power items with and the Digimon Adventure D2, D3 version, 15th Digivice toys. They're also releases Digimon Adventure Tri Complete Selection animation Digivice 2 years prior in 2015. So War Greymon's coming back. We're getting a cooler version of it, at least in my opinion. I mean, the silver, or it almost looks like it's actual metal claws that you get, and that's what's really impressive. And I'm really looking forward to this because I'm not spending $63 on this. Oh God, no! I'm not spending $63. I will look on the cheaper side of this on eBay. There are a couple people on eBay that buy these things wholesale, and they put it at a more reasonable price because they know it'll ship and it'll sell at a reasonable price, and they're making a profit. Especially ones that are getting it overseas, because they're gonna figure, wait a minute, if I get this wholesale for this price and I sell it for this much, I'm going to make a profit because people are going to come to me and buy it because it'll be cheaper than them paying the $100 to $200 that they would have to pay in America. No, I can make a killing on this. Pay shipping, charge shipping. Yeah, I can make a killing on this. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to be honest with you. I'm happy with it. I'm looking forward to it coming out. I'm looking forward to getting it. Don't have it. I'm going to look into getting it, see if I can't find a good version of it, because I really like that one. I was always a fan of Agumon. I will always be a fan of War Greymon, so that's really going to be cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that. So again, that's up until July 31st. You can pre-order a lot of that stuff. Check it out. I recommend it. Go wild. I mean, your wallet will have a heart attack, but you'll have a neat little toy you can play with and relive some childhood memories. All right, Professor, you want to take the next topic? I think you kind of had a kick out of that one a little more than I did.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. This next topic is going to be Answer Man's How Are Anime Opening and Ending Themes Chosen? Now, this was asked by somebody by the name of Andrew, not the Andrew that hosts this podcast. No, not me. I did not ask this. I actually only just found this morning, and I actually thought they stopped doing Answer Man for a while, so I really
It's not me. I just want to get that out there. 'Cause I don't even know how to send them questions to ask. But no, it's not me. No, go ahead, Professor.
No, thank you. So Andrew asked, I was wondering about the process behind Japanese companies licensing songs to be used in anime. Openings, endings, insert songs, etc. It seems like a simpler process than when the producer of a band is also doing the score. And it is the case with Madoka Magica and its composer, Yuki Kajiri. Or Kajiura. Did I pronounce that right? Pretty much. Oh, thank you. But what about the rest of the time? Do they pick from a list of songs and request the rights, or is there some kind of process?
So, Professor, if I may interject here, so I honestly thought it was like this. And in all honesty, this is kind of how I thought this went. Is that they kind of had like auditions or something. It's like, yeah, send us a tape, and we'll, listen to a demo of the song, and we'll pick which one we think works for it. It's like, write a song based on the series. We'll give you a plot outline. You write us a song based on it. It's almost like what I would think how a jingle would be made. You have to know what the product is and understand. I mean, they did that in an episode of 2.5 Men when Charlie had to write the Oshikuru opening, and it came up with a good one with Jake's help, and then the company just wanted the cheesy one that Jake hated in the first place. So, that's my thoughts. So let's see if my thought holds water or not. Professor?
No, thank you, Andrew. So, anime opening and ending themes are a big deal not only for fans, but for the creators. And the companies producing anime, opening themes are a show's best foot forward. And the staff will usually put quite a bit of effort into coming up with an impressive sequence for whatever song is chosen. Anime production committees, the group of companies putting up the money to produce the show, often include a record label or music publisher. And so those theme songs are valuable pieces to promote their artists, which is a good thing to do. I mean, you got to have reputation, you got to promote something. I mean, if you're going to have something come out for, let's say, Dragon Ball Z, or let's say Andrew came up with an anime series. Oh, thanks. Throw me on the spotlight. Okay, can't come up with one. Let's just go with, Christ, it's a good one that I know of. All right, let's go with Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll go with Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, so we're going with Yu-Gi-Oh. So, you got an opening for Yu-Gi-Oh. It'd be a good idea to get the artist that'll pick it up, because you know it's going to be extremely popular. I mean, you don't know it's going to be popular right off the bat. You hope it will be. Then when it takes off, pretty much like a scared man in the night, after he gets caught by his wife, peeking through the neighbor's window, you know that's just going to keep rising in fame, and then that artist is going to become famous for having a song in the opening sequence.
True, and often, Professor, if I may interject, a lot of the first title opening songs are the ones that are the most remembered. Like Dragon Ball the Dragon Ball opening from the original Dragon Ball series is so widely known because it lasted over 100 episodes. Dragon Ball Z's was Rock the Dragon here in the U.S., which I hated with a passion, but others liked it. Dragon Ball GT, which sucks both as a series, manga, and creation underneath the holiest of skies, royally sucked.
No argument on that one there. You showed me a couple clips, and that blew.
And Dragon Ball Z Kai, the opening theme song wasn't too bad, but they just used the same thing, just changed out the animation each time, which is fine. That's fine. And then you have Dragon Ball Super, which they keep changing the openings every time, and that's what keeps you on your toes, because you find a really good one, it's going to get you pumped for the episode, even if it's just filler, which is still fine. But in the cases of some of these, it would definitely be a better idea to have something along the lines of, we know what we're doing, we know what we want to have right here, so it's kind of a good idea to have this be a big deal. So, Professor, I'm sorry if I keep interrupting.
Oh, no, it's fine. I like having a little bit of back and forth. So anyway, in some cases, the director will go into the project already wanting a certain existing song or wanting to work with a particular artist to compose something specifically for their new project, regardless of whether that artist has anything to do with the companies or the production committee. And that's how we very occasionally get English artists doing openings or closing themes. Other times, the production committee will insist on using the songs to push a specific artist, and the director just has to deal with it.
That's kind of sad. I mean, what if the artist sucks and the song blows and you're going to put it in an anime series that you want to have run like maybe 3 seasons? You'll be lucky then if it gets 1 season. They'll have to wrap it up fast. Like, nope, we're done. It's not selling anymore. We're finished. That sucks.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. The business of anime vocal tracks is nearly always facilitated by the main production company, or another business on the production committee. Can't talk tonight either. Many major anime producers also have affiliated record labels. For example, Bandai Visual owns the record label Lantis, while Aniplex itself is a division of Sony Music, Japan's branch of that. At an early stage, the production committee has a meeting with the director of the anime and presents him with a pile of pop songs that are in production. These songs are at demo stage, meaning they are not done and usually have a temporary vocal track. The director usually just picks a song from that pile and uses it. They might tweak the lyrics a little bit to fit the show better. The record label will then go back and finish the song with the artists of their choosing, who may or may not be a voice actor featured in the show. If a famous, expensive composer is doing the music for the show, they will often be asked to contribute the theme songs, as they are likely to be hits no matter who sings them.
And that I kind of think is wrong. I mean, in that aspect, you could effectively have one person suddenly be really bad at something, and they might have a really good hit on their hands. They could be a one-hit wonder that could just, skyrocket them to mediocre success. But because you want to go with a huge artist that's expensive, because you're going to shell out the big bucks on it, you're just going to push that little person out of the way, and that to me is wrong. But it seems that I was right. They pretty much just give them a pile of tapes. That's kind of interesting. Although nowadays it would probably be like, well, here's a pile of files on this thumb drive. You just pick one of those and email it back to me.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it. The business of anime songs is a huge one and operates as a market separate from the rest of the Japanese music scene. The selection of song and artists is therefore usually a business decision. No shit!
Jeez, I think we almost did that in unison. No shit, it's a business decision. I would assume it's a business decision, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would, actually. I would assume it would be a business decision, taking that anime is there to make money and make people happy. It's sort of like those hookers, but it's not illegal to watch anime.
Yeah, it's technically not. Well, anyway, you have any more thoughts on that, Professor?
No, not really. Excuse me, Andrew, I gotta go walk around a little bit.
All right, not a problem, Professor. I'll take over for a little bit.
No, thank you very much.
All right, folks. Here's the next topic. So move over, Disney. Take a back seat, Legoland, and flip off Knobles if you want, because Studio Ghibli is going to create Ghibli Park in Central Japan. Yes, that's right. Studio Ghibli, the anime studio behind classics such as My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, and so many more. Will open Ghibli Park in central Japan's Aichi Prefecture. Man, I can't even talk tonight either. Must be contagious. By the early 2020s. This announcement was made by Studio Ghibli producer Toshiro Suzuki and Aichi Governor Hideki Omura. And I do apologize if I mispronounced your names. Japanese is not my first language. Ghibli Park will be opened on the current site of Aichi's Expo Park, also known as Morikoro Park, which was the site of the World's Fair in 2005. I didn't know they were still doing that. Oh, you learn something new every day. It is a forested area located in Nagakute, which is east of Nagoya, Aichi's capital and largest city. The park already has one Ghibli-related attraction, a real-life replica of the house from My Neighbor Totoro. Oh, that's cool. Now, which house, though? The human's house or Totoro's house? The hell am I kidding? Totoro's house. Come on. I was say, who am I kidding? It's gonna be Totoro's house. Details about what Ghibli Park concept will entail have yet to be released, but you can suspect with co-founder Hayao Miyazaki. Sensibilities. Yeah, he was to retire. Yeah, I wonder if they're just going to have the Hayao Miyazaki exhibit here. Yeah, I wonder if they're just going to have the Hayao Miyazaki exhibit, and he's just going to be in there. It's just going to be his house. It's like, that's your retirement plan. Oh, no. You're going to get 3 square meals a day, internet access, television, but you got to be in this park so people can come and admire you inside of a glass house. Hi, Miyazaki! That would be a horrible way to spend your declining years. It is probably, I hate to think I might have just given him an idea there. It scares me. Okay, Ghibli Park will be more of a nature preserve than a theme park. So still, I look forward to this. I mean, I like something else now that once you want to go over to Japan and see when that's done. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, a new theme park's going to be coming. All right. Way to go, Ghibli. Go, Ghibli. All right, here's a topic that I forgot to mention. Ooh. It's a bonus topic of the night. Yep, that's right, folks. This is a bonus topic of the night. Haley Atwell is counting herself out of the running to be the next Doctor Who Doctor. Oh, ho, ho. Whoa, wait a minute. Back that train up, I hear you saying. So don't jump down to the comments just yet. Back that train up. Let me explain. Haley Atwell, one of the names frequently mentioned in relation to becoming the next Doctor, has ruled herself out of the running for the role. Speaking at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest in London, Atwell, best known for her role as Peggy Carter in the Marvel franchise, said, and I quote, "I don't want to play it. No, it's just not my thing. But I really respect it. I'm a big fan of Phoebe Waller-Bridge, though. She plays the lead in Fleabag, whatever the hell that is. There were talks of her being the next Doctor, and she's so funny and eccentric and unique. She'd be great. I can't really see anyone other than her playing it. Now, I know that a lot of people have been demanding a female Doctor. Yes, I think it's time the series gets a little estrogen thrown into it myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm trying to be, balanced and neutral here. But let's face it, that thing's been a sausage fest since it came out. It's been nothing but guys in charge there and females for sidekicks. Except, past, I want to say the 5th Doctor? Somewhat the 5th Doctor, because you can't count the 7th too much. And I know the 11th had Rory. So I'm going to go with at least the 5th as a permanent recurring role. Because I know Glitz was in with the 7th. I don't know if there were any with the 6th, because I haven't really watched much of the 6th other than clips. So, so I'm going to go with at least since, the 5th at least. So I know they couldn't save Atridge. I remember that. So, you're not going to hear me complain. Though, in all honesty, if you want my opinion as to who should play the Doctor, if you want to have a female one, let's be honest here. As a friend of mine once pointed out, England does not have a large pool of actors and actresses to choose from. It's sad but true. That's why they got to stretch out and reach across to other countries. I mean, David Tennant is from, Scotland? I'm probably just about to get bitched by about 1,000 Doctor Who fans there. I'm pretty sure it's Scotland. I swear it's Scotland. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Scotland. I'm just going to go with Scotland for the win here and hope I don't get bitched at. I apologize if I got it wrong. Please don't use the sonic screwdriver on me. I don't want to be trapped anywhere. But anyway. But anyway, in all seriousness, so you have to look outside of England for a lot of this. The problem is that with a series as iconic as Doctor Who that's been around for so long, and I'm talking about the pre-2005 revival and the 2005 revival on, you have to remember the Doctor has sort of a set character phase where even though each generation is different, it has its own personality quirks, it's still the same key personality, which is that of the Doctor. You know, stuck up, arrogant, I'm God, basically. It has a God complex. Where I can't do anything wrong, yet at the same time, I'm trying to undo the mistakes of everybody else. That's what I kind of feel I always got the vibe from the Doctor of. But granted, the Doctor always grows more human as it goes on. But let's face it, nobody's ever going to be able to replace David Tennant as the best Doctor, ever. None. Close second, in my opinion, would be Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor. John Pertwee as the 3rd Doctor is my 3rd favorite. And then the list just goes on and on down the line. With Matt Smith being so far down the bottom of that barrel, it's not even funny. I mean, hell, what the hell's his name? The one that played the 6th Doctor. Oh, shit, I can't think of his name. The 6th Doctor is above Matt Smith, in my opinion. So let's just go with that. But anyway, so Haley Atwell's out. She doesn't want to be Doctor Who. She's pushing for Phoebe Waller-Bridge to take on the role. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing like Catherine Tate taking over the role as the Doctor, or Billie Piper taking over the role as the Doctor. Maybe Freya Adjerman taking over the role as the Doctor. Have one of the Doctor's past companions take over. Pick the one that was the most popular and go from there. I mean, it's not exactly uncommon. The Doctor's taken faces before. I mean, hell, Peter Capaldi played a role in Doctor Who prior to becoming the Doctor. Just like the name I can't think of. Colin Baker! I just thought of it. Colin Baker. That's it. Colin Baker is higher than Matt Smith, in my opinion. That's it. Colin Baker was in the 5th season, was in with the 5th Doctor in an episode. And if you go back to the 10th Doctor, it would be series 4. Series 4. Right? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Series 4. Series 4 Doctor Who. The Doctor. Yeah. Yes. The Doctor and Donna were in Pompeii, and that's where Peter Capaldi guest starred. And that was brought up in an earlier part of Peter Capaldi's tenure now as the Doctor. So it's not impossible for the Doctor to reclaim a face from his past. So he could easily turn himself into a woman. I mean, it's not unheard of, because we know that the one security officer for the president of the Time Lords did that at the end of, was that season 10, season 9, or season 8? Whichever season they killed Clara off in. I don't remember. I saw the episode, but I don't remember what season it was from. But either way, I think it was series 8. It was series 8 or series 9, I think. I don't know. One of the two. But either way, so it's not unheard of. It's not uncommon. But I would really like to see one of the past companions come back, even in the role of, I'm going to be the Doctor now. It would be kind of worth it to see. All right, Professor Klump is a little busy now at the moment. He has something he's doing, so I get to take over the podcast for a little more. Sorry for all you Professor Klump lovers. He's I don't really want to say where. But anyway, let's talk about an anime about a crime-solving butt. Yes, that's right. Aptly named Butt Detective. Butt Detective! I'd love to see the theme song for this. It's going to be all fart noises. That's, all jokiness aside, seriously. But this was an article that was brought to my attention via, I want to say it was Otaku USA. Every time I scroll through the listings of all those anime streaming sites, my first thought is there sure has been a lot of anime over the years, but we're still missing one about a butt who solves crimes. Well, it's not going to be an issue much longer. Toei Animation is bringing a series of children's books called Butt Detective to the screen. Oh, Lord. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let me guess. Butt Detective in Who Stole the Toilet Paper? Butt Detective in My God, There's a Deuce in the Urinal. Butt Detective in Where's the Plunger? Seriously, all joking aside, I mean, the jokes kind of write themselves on this one. Yeah. Anyway, to the internet screen, that is. Butt Detective, directed by Megumi Ishitani, will be produced for YouTube and the Japanese YouTube Kids app. So in other words, we will not be getting DVDs of this. First off, let me break into song and dance. This portion of the absolutely completely random podcast has been blocked so that I do not get busted by copyright infringement. I will not be singing any type of song on here. Yeah! Aw, I guess you couldn't listen to that, huh? But anyway, let's all be happy that it's not coming out on DVD. I can see that being a massive red flag on a lot of shelves. Wow. Okay, so anyway, the series may be for kids, but it looks pretty darn fun. For those of you studying Japanese, kids series are a great resource. Yeah, it's true. I mean, look at Sesame Street. That's what they started using to teach immigrants how to say ABC and 1, 2, 3. Instead of saying, you know, A, B, C, and uno, dos, tres. No, they're saying ABC 1, 2, 3 by watching Elmo. That miserable little red bastard Muppet. Anyway, I hate Elmo. But anyway, Butt Detective premiered on May 31st, so go check it out. It should be out there. Let's see here. It stars Yuku Senpei, who plays Boruto as the titular detective, and Anai Saito as a dog named, somewhat unfortunately, Brown. Oh my God. They named the dog Brown. Hi, everybody. I'm Brown the dog. Oh, God. Knowing my luck, it talks, too. So, jeez. Oh, dear God. It hurts. All right, moving on. All right, Professor Klump, welcome back.
Yes, thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much for letting me come back. By the way, do you know where your plunger is?
Yeah. I'll take care of that later.
Sorry about that. Anyway, what are we up to now?
We're up to the live-action Tokyo Ghoul has been licensed by Funimation.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be ghouling its way into theaters soon. Ugh. Corny punchlines.
Yeah, you telling me. Anyway, I know you have a hard time distancing the anger between... Oh, what is it?
Live-action anime adaptations suck. Let's just get it out of the open. The highly anticipated live-action adaptation of Tokyo Ghoul will be getting an English language release courtesy of Funimation. Oh, God. And that was reported on the 31st. Funimation plans to release the film in theaters with an English subtitle track. Woo! So we're going to be running the same risk as Attack on Titan did. All right. Roll that dice, Funimation. Just roll that dice. See if it comes up craps again.
Yeah. Tokyo Ghoul, which stars Mashitaki Kobota as Ken Kaneki, opens in Japan July 29th. Funimation has yet to announce a release date, but says the film will be coming to theaters soon.
Oh, God. The company also reports the June 2nd Tokyo Ghoul live stream set to include members of the cast and crew and include a special announcement about the film will include English subtitles. Well, I'm glad for that. It did come out. It streamed yesterday, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I tried to find like a past clip of it, and I couldn't find shit. So I didn't even know about this really until this morning. But either way, live action adaptations, I will bitch about them till I'm blue in the face. They suck. Unless it's a samurai flick because you know the Japanese can do samurai flicks, or a monster flick because, hell, they created Godzilla, for crying out loud. I mean, that pretty much tells you that they know how to do monster flicks and they know how to do, samurai flicks. So they know sci-fi and they know samurai. They do not know other stuff. I mean, look at that live action Death Note garbage that we had that came out. Now the Netflix series is even starting to tank. We had Dragon Ball Evolution. We had Attack on Titan. I swear to God, if they do a Sword Art Online live action, I'm going to lose my shit. It pisses me off that they think, oh, we need to do a live action adaptation now for every single anime. Now, why don't you save that for an Andrew Rants video? I think I'm going to, Professor. Thank you. I think I will save that for an Andrew Rants video. I'll have to write that down so I don't forget it. Yeah, so anyway, look forward to finding Tokyo Ghoul in theaters soon. God knows why. Well, while Andrew cools down off of that last topic, I'm going to be talking about how Google got a fun Wonder Woman game to teach kids how to code. Now, you all know that, now everybody knows that Wonder Woman came out earlier this week. So far, it's got positive reviews. I can't see it, I'm too broke. Yeah, I know. But anyway, it's kind of interesting to see Wonder Woman finally getting her own standalone film. Though it would have been better if Megan Fox would have been playing Wonder Woman. No arguments here! No arguments here, my friend. No arguments here. I don't even know who is playing Wonder Woman anyway. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, there are many ways in which superheroes can inspire kids. That's true. But what about going beyond moral lessons and teaching specific practical skills? Google's Made with Code is doing just that. They're using the Wonder Woman movie to do it. That's perfect because Made with Code is specifically aimed at fostering young girls' interest in technology and potentially helping them turn it into a career in a computer science field or to use technology to aid them in whatever field they choose. Among the many coding projects kids or anyone can play around with on the site, they're previously teamed up with Disney's Inside Out, and they've now got a selection of scenes from Wonder Woman for users to play through, while learning the basics of coding. That learning is handled through dragging and dropping blocks of code into place to help Diana accomplish tasks like surviving training with a badass like Robin Wright, Antelope, and riding her horse through a forest of obstacles. Rather than get too technical in coding in any particular coding language, it's more about teaching the concepts behind code, like how code logic flows from one step to the next, using if/then and loops to alter the flow and avoid unnecessary repetition, and using variables. In other words, it's fun and educational. Wow! Gotta love Google, teaching people so that they can try to take over the world. Now, they're doing what Pinky and the Brain couldn't do every week. Yeah, you ain't kidding on that one. Each of the 3 levels gradually building these concepts on top of each other. Rewards the players with the scene from the movie upon completion. After going through the first 2 levels, while writing this, the author's only complaint is that the game is over too soon. I could absolutely imagine a child, perhaps with the help of a parent, for younger ones, sitting down to play and having fun while getting acquainted to these coding concepts. Yeah, it's almost like a game my mom and I played one Saturday night, long time ago on the computer. It was a game about an island with a plane crash, and you had to pick one of 2 paths to go at the start of it, then you got to go to the temple. It was really cool. Damn if I remember what the name of it was, though, anymore. I think we still have it, but I'll have to dig it out. That was a lot of fun. But what it basically was, in all honesty, it was just amazing. It was a lot of fun to play. We were up to 11 o'clock that night playing it, and then we finished it that Sunday morning then. But it was fun because we went to, it was Goo Lagoon was one of them. He had these Beatle knockoffs singing songs as you're trying to do Goo Lagoon. I thought it was really funny. So did my mom. We were getting a kick out of that. So it was kind of neat. So yeah, so thank you, Google, teaching computer to kids for the next 60 generations. I know there's a site, though, that does that in a game form, too. It was actually kind of a fun game. I was playing it one night myself. So it's kind of neat to understand how they do that. I don't know. All right, Professor. It's time for my topic that I've been waiting all night patiently to do.
Yes, Andrew, I'm going to turn over the reins. I'm just going to sit here on the sideline. This is your podcast anyway. I'm just going to sit here on the sidelines and read this magazine here.
Oh, my Otaku USA from last week that I still have yet to read.
Yes, I'm going to read it first.
You go ahead and do that, Professor. You go ahead and do that. Okay, so every week on Twitter, at Iceberg Luffy, great Twitter person, by the way, has a debate up. And most of every week I try to participate in it, though majority of the time I don't understand it or don't really have a dog in that fight, so I don't care. This week, however, it was a topic that I kind of found interesting, and there's a reason why. So, the question was brought up, debate. Do you care about how anime is consumed, rather it be through illegal sites or legal sites / sales? Why or why not? Now, this has been a long, heated discussion in the anime community, mostly because a lot of people watch a tremendous amount of anime online, from like Kiss Anime, Kiss Cartoon, a lot of those, animeseasons.org, I think, and countless others. Instead of going to like Hulu, Crackle, Funimation's site, which by the way is a pain in the ass to navigate, I've already tried. Crunchyroll, I think I already said that. I know you can watch them on Crackle, on Tubi, stuff like that. So that kind of brings up the interesting question: do you care about how anime is consumed? Well, personally, from my standpoint, this is what I replied with. It would depend, because in my opinion, if it's a series that is OOP and it's going to cost you like $70, $80 just to find a copy of it, and you're running the risk of it being like a used copy, and like a new copy is going to be like almost 3 to 4 times what you're paying for a used one, then watch it online. Find a site that has it and just go to town, watch it, and enjoy it. Because looking for one of those and tracking it down is going to be next to impossible to have a physical copy of it. But as for like newer programs that are still airing, like let's say Dragon Ball Super, which you can't really use because they do that on Crunchyroll and on YouTube. There's people that do it on there too. But let's go with one like let's go with an anime like, let's say if they came out with a new Neon Genesis Evangelion. Let's say they came out with one, they called it Neon Genesis Evangelion something or other. Or Evangelion, V2. I don't know. Some weird ass title. Let's just go with that. And they came out with it and it's still brand new. Then I would say buy the series. Just go to your local video store, buy it online. Don't watch it on an illegal site. Don't watch it on Crunchyroll. Don't watch it on Hulu. Go and physically buy the damn thing. If you want, look up a trailer for it on YouTube. YouTube has trailers for everything. And watch the trailer. See if you want it, and then go out and buy it. If it's still brand new. Because, and I said this because one of the comments to this was, well, those people get paid a lot of money, so they can easily, afford if somebody wants to watch it for free. They get paid peanuts. And if you actually sit down and look at this, you can see why they get paid peanuts. Because the anime company is going to take a humongous chunk out of it for their efforts. They have to pay the producer for the opening and ending song, which we just learned about tonight. They have to pay the animators, peanuts by the way, but they got to pay for marketing. They have to pay the overhead for their employees. The disc that it costs them to put it on. The plastic for the cases. The inserts, the ink, the electricity, running the machine, pressing the DVDs, and Blu-ray discs, what have you, and all that. That all comes out of whatever they're charging. So that $199.95 price tag that you're seeing for a complete series, it's kind of worth it. But at the same time, like I said, if it's a series that's OOP, just watch it online. It's not worth paying that much for a series that's already out of print. But that's my thought and concern on it. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Anything anime related is a gray area, whether you watch it online via Hulu or Crackle, or Crunchyroll or Funimation or YouTube, or you watch it off of Kiss Anime or Kiss something else or one of the illegal sites. It's however your moral compass wants to point you. Nobody's holding a gun to your head and saying, you must watch it on, Crunchyroll. If you watch it on YouTube, we're going to do this to you. Nobody's doing that. And it's basically the entire concept of it all depends on how you yourself see it going down. Do you want to have it on, Crackle? Do you want to watch it on Crunchyroll? Do you want to watch it on this or that? It's up to you. It's really your choice. What you want to do with it. Otherwise, they really can't say anything to you about it. I mean, if you want to watch it one way, then watch it. I mean, if you don't want to pay for the ads, I mean, let's face it. I know I've done stuff for free on Crunchyroll, so I know the ads do get annoying. They don't really have them spaced out at decent points to stop the series, to stop the show at a point, and then have the commercial. They do it right in the middle of something. It annoys the hell out of me. I know. I agree with you. But you have that concept and everything else, so it's still something that I would say, it depends on the eye of the beholder. It's all in the way that person A and person B think it out to be. Whichever way your moral compass takes you. That's my take on it. So I don't know. But anyway, if you want in on next week's debate, I don't know what it's going to be yet. They usually announce that later in the week. Check out Iceberg Luffy on Twitter. At Iceberg Luffy. There is also a website, icebergluffy.com. So yeah, check those out. It's kind of fun. All right, Professor, I think that's going to do it this week for the podcast.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it too. So Andrew, you're coming up on your 1-year anniversary, aren't you?
Yes, I am actually. The 1-year anniversary of the Absolutely Completely Random podcast will actually be coming this September. And I'm actually planning something really exciting for it. I mean that. It's going to be a fun-filled night when I record this. And everyone's invited. No, it's not going to be a live stream. I'm not that stupid in the head. Believe me. I thought about it, but then I thought it's way too much trouble. And I can do something a lot more creative than that. That's like the cheap way of doing something. I can do something a lot more creative than that. Let me put my mind to it. I can do something way more creative than just live streaming. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, what I'm thinking about doing, at least a possibility yet, is something that I might announce later on Twitter, like in the next couple weeks. If I decide to go that route, I don't know. But otherwise, it's going to be an interesting week. It's going to be It's going to be an interesting day when I record that. The 1-year anniversary of the podcast will be coming up in September. I'm looking forward to it. Professor Klump, you'll be here.
Yes, I wouldn't miss that for the world, Andrew. Yeah, I wouldn't miss that for the world. Klump's always in charge, and I wouldn't miss that for the world.
Well, you always say Klump's in charge. Why do you keep telling me that Klump's in charge? This is my podcast.
Now, I know it's your podcast, and I just want to stress that out. I am in charge from time to time.
Yeah, from time to time you are in charge. I won't deny that. But anyway, I have that coming out, so you can look forward to that. You can find me on YouTube. I am thinking of trying to branch out onto other mediums other than YouTube, but as of right now, it's YouTube only. So come check me out on YouTube. You like me on YouTube. I like you. I'm always friendly. Hell, when I was a kid, I talked to strangers and my mom kept getting pissed off at me. I'm just an overly friendly person. But if you have any questions or ideas for future podcast topics that you'd like to hear me talk about here on the podcast, please, by all means, send them to acrpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any things you think I can improve on with the podcast via like ways you want me to do something, ideas for the podcast, stuff like that, please feel free to send them to acrpodcast@gmail.com. You could even tweet them, both topic ideas and suggestions to improve, to me on Twitter at Otaku Roads, where you can follow me. If you have the inkling to drop some dough, and you want to make it rain a couple dollar bills on me, I don't know, you might want to sponsor the podcast, shoot me up on email. It's acrpodcast@gmail.com. And until next week, ladies and gentlemen, this week is definitely short because I get to enjoy my Sunday night. I'm looking forward to listening to Backtracks USA. I got about half a cup left of Dr. Pepper. Then I got to brush my teeth after this lovely little snack that I made out of an old recipe book. Way too sugary. Definitely got to dial that back and try a smaller teaspoon next time. But anyway, this has been the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast with Professor Sherman T. Klump and Andrew Rhodes. See, look, I gave you top billing.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much for that. And mind if I do the ending and tell everybody off?
Yeah, be my guest, Professor.
All right, everybody. This is Professor Sherman T. Klump, and this has been the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. And I'm out here, and so is Andrew.
Bye, everybody, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.